It's Friday, August 14th, and we are absolutely blessed with so much action on Friday. We have a full slate of games in the MLB. We get 3 spectacular games in NFL preseason. Yes, you can make money there. We absolutely dominated Thursday. We're going to run it back for you guys. In this video, we're going to be breaking down a 3-man in the MLB that will 3.25x your money. Then we're going to be breaking down a 2-man in the NFL that will 3x your money. And then we have an absolute showstopper at the end, sportsbook play of the day, a lotto that we absolutely love. Let's see if we can sweep the NFL preseason once again here on Friday. So if this all sounds good to you, let's go.
Sub to the channel, we drop picks on the daily, dropping knowledge every day, and you don't have to pay me, we just keep stacking wins while the rest moving lazy.
First and foremost, a lot of our slips aren't finished yet for Thursday, but we absolutely dominated so far. Our player props are on absolute fire. We cashed yesterday's player props right here in the video, hitting all 3 of our batter lines. We had Chase DeLauder, Ellie De La Cruz, and CJ Abrams. 1,000 to 3,500, 3.5xing our money from yesterday's video. Now, our pitcher props, I'm going to double check and see if the other guy hit yet, but our pitcher props, one line did sell. Taj Bradley, right here in the video, we broke him down. We talked about why we liked him, and he did not get the job done. Jake DeGrom, we're waiting on him. He's pending. He is also part of a premium play that we absolutely loved. All the other lines did smash on that one. And premium, speaking of premium, we dominated the NFL preseason day 1, Thursday. If you guys caught the video that we dropped just the other day, breaking down every single game, you were blessed with a full sweep. Now, this is what we took for the player prop side of things. We had Trey Schmack for over 1.5 field goals. If you don't know, the Green Bay Packers spent huge draft capital on taking the young man. And one good key metric here to keep in mind when you're thinking about NFL preseason player props, the kickers don't sub out. So it's absolutely beautiful to take a kicker, add him to your play, and call it a day. Then we took Anthony Richardson fighting for that number 2 spot in Indianapolis. We don't like him, but we love his legs. 53 rushing yards here on the day. And that one, we had him for over 18.5. He cruised over that line. And then Fernando Mendoza, we knew he was going to get the playing time. We knew he was going to get a ton of action in this game. We took him for over 74.5, cashing us out there before even the fourth quarter. Now, we are just waiting for a couple premium plays to finish out. We have a little over 2 minutes in the fourth quarter, and we will fully sweep. I'm not going to say what the play is because I'm worried that'll screw things up. Well, it's the free play from the video for the NFL preseason where we had Titans minus 2.5. It's 16-10. There's 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. If it doesn't hit, it's because I spoke it in the video, but you'll know the results by the time I get this out. I'm pretty sure I'm going to talk a little bit longer than 2 minutes and 28 seconds. But these are the plays that closed out for us so far on Thursday. The cheat sheet, everything is absolutely looking amazing. The NFL preseason, I know a lot of people say it's crazy to gamble on it, but you can find some nuggets. And if you're following the right guy and you're here, so you can make some money for the NFL preseason, build up your bankroll for week 1 in the NFL. And like I said, we got a lot to go over in this video. We got 3 different player props in the MLB, 2 different player props in the NFL. Then we're going to be breaking down our lotto play. So let's not waste too much more time. First of all, though, before we do anything else, go ahead, smash that like button for me. 100 likes on this video, and I'll drop a premium play for absolutely free on Friday. We just need 100 likes. Try to do it a little bit early so that I have time to see it and to drop the play. And then while you're down there, subscribe to the channel. We'll be here all MLB season and beyond, all NFL season and beyond as well. NFL is so back. We are all the way here for it. We also have a great event here on UFC 330 over the weekend. Super pumped for that one as well. So lots of going on. Great time to be alive. Make sure you're subscribing so you don't miss a free play drop. But honestly, with all of that being said, the single most important thing that you can do for your wallet so that you can lock in these plays without coming out of pocket or barely coming out of pocket, go down below in the description. You'll go down there. You'll see the link tree. It'll get you on over there so you can find all things Sports Betting Ape. And this is exactly what I'm talking about right here. Sports Betting Ape. You can get more free plays. That'll also be in the pinned comments. We drop cheat sheets. Like I said, we swept the NFL preseason day one. We drop Lotto plays. We drop bonus free plays every single day. And if you want that free premium play when we hit 100 likes, get down in the description. It's the pinned comment. Get on over to Winible. But if you want to be able to lock in these plays and take advantage of some great promotional offers here, you can use Sleeper. Code FFAPE. You get a free $20. You don't even have to deposit. When you do deposit, you get $100 and a free week of VIP. That's right. The 30 days is gone. Don't worry. Your text is timestamped if I haven't gotten back to you yet, but you said it on August 12th or 13th that you wanted that free 30 days and you sent me the proof. I will hook you up with that free 30 days. But NFL Week 1 is 30 days away, and that simply cannot be given out for free. So we got Sleeper. Get your free 20. Get your free 30 days. Oh, free week, and $100 deposit match. And on top of that, we got Kalshi, code FFAPE, legal in all 50 states, Prizepicks, bet 5, get 50. Sign up for any one of these and get a free week. The one I recommend the most right now because it's got the best promo. We love all of them. ONYX odds, code FFAPE. You spend 10, you get $200 in your account, and you can lock in this Lotto play at the end. That's absolutely beautiful. Take advantage of it and turn $100 into $700 here with us on Friday. Now, that's all we have for that little sales pitch that we have to do every video because this is a business. We got to get some signups here, and I do receive commissions for those signups, which is part of the spiel that I got to say so YouTube doesn't take the channel away. Gambling involves significant risks. There's no guarantees of profit, and you could lose some or all of your money. The content in this video is for informational, educational, and entertainment purposes only and does not constitute financial or legal advice. Past performance is not indicative of future results. We are not responsible for any losses that may occur as a result of using the information provided here. Viewers must be 18 years old or legal age in their jurisdiction to gamble. If you have a gambling problem, please seek help. Responsible gambling resources are down below to include 1-800-GAMBLER in the United States. This video does contain affiliate links. We do receive a commission for signups made through those links. You get that free week of premium. You get those great promo funds, and it's just a simple way to support the channel, and I thank you for it. Now, just because I'm really excited about football, we're going to start there, and I want to break down every single game for you guys. And game one, we have Denver versus Atlanta. Now, the new Falcons coach, we all know, Kevin Stefanski, he said some of the starters are going to play on Friday's preseason opener. I don't really think it's going to be for too long, maybe 1 or 2 drives. But even if Tua sits, I like getting a bunch of points there with Cooper Rush in that Stefanski Atlanta debut game. Rush, he's played in 39 NFL games, so he's got some clout, some statistics, some knowledge of what's going to be happening in this game. And I think he's going to be at an advantage here in this game as well. Now, at the same time, Sean Payton, he hasn't really clarified yet the situation, but Denver, they got a pretty strong backup in Jarrett Stidham, right? He's the guy that lost them the AFC Championship game, but he's fairly good. And he is kind of battling there with that Sam Ehlinger, who is the 3rd string out in Denver, trying to fight for that number 2 spot. But Sean Payton, he absolutely loves Jarrett Stidham for some reason. But one key thing is that the offensive line in Denver has major issues. Denver's down its top 3 centers after Michael Dieter was carted off the practice field on Tuesday. I think the Broncos probably win, but I think they're getting way too many points. So we're going to take the Falcons plus 7.5 in that one. The next game that we're going to talk about here is the Tampa Bay Bucks taking on the New York Jets. Now, the Jets, they're not going to get a lot of regular season games wins. They're probably going to be like the MVPs of preseason, kind of like what we're seeing with the Arizona Cardinals. Baker Mayfield's not going to play in this game either. Jake Browning, the backup there in the for the Buccaneers, he's got a back injury. So they're going with second-year quarterback Connor Balsack and rookie Jalen Daniels, both of which are undrafted free agents. Nobody wanted them. The Bucs took them, and they're the 3 and 4 guys on that team. The Jets, they're going to play some of their starters on Friday, and I get it. The Jets starters are not the greatest. If you're a New York Jets fan, I really feel for you. I want them to be good. They're like my little cousins. because I am a Giants fan. They feel like the little cousin team of the New York Giants, and so do the Buffalo Bills, even though the Buffalo Bills are a lot better than the New York Giants right now. But that's just how I think about it in my heart when I'm thinking about these teams. I at the end of the day, unless they're playing the Giants, if they're a New York team, I'm going to root for them. Now, with that being said, the starters, they're going to play a little bit. They're not that good, though. But he did play their starters last year in his first 2 preseason games. Aaron Glenn did, and he absolutely crushed the Packers 30-10 in last year's preseason opener. They also have a quarterback that I'm super, super high on, Cade Klubnik. He was a 4th-round pick out of Clemson. He is, in my opinion, lights out. I absolutely love the kid. Thought he was great at Clemson. Now he's going to be battling Bailey Zappi for the right to back up Geno Smith. And I know they brought back Geno. But they've had a pretty aggressive offseason, the Jets have. They got a much deeper and talented roster in Glenn's debut season. So I really think that they got the depth in this one. I think it's going to be on display on Friday. I think the Bucs, it's a throwaway game for them. I like the Jets in this one on the money line. If you wanted to take them -6, go on ahead and do so. Money line is -200 odds. You're probably going to have to pair it up with something, but I do think the Jets win that game. And I am leaning the under too. The under is currently set at 35.5. I do not see this game going over whatsoever. And then we have the Dolphins going up against the Commanders. Malik Willis, he's taken a step forward. I think he's been a great addition for the Miami Dolphins. I think he's going to absolutely crush it this year. He's going to be able to use his legs. They got the new head coach down there. I like him. But the Commanders, they're also going to be playing some of their starters, albeit they have some big injury concerns on that side of the ball for the Washington Commanders. Dan Quinn, he's 0-3 straight up in the preseason last year, 7-20 all-time in the preseason. Miami may not get that many regular season wins, but I think that they can win this game by a field goal. I like the Dolphins -2.5. If you wanted to pair the Dolphins up with something on the money line, go on ahead and do so. I'm kind of leaning the over in this one, not too overly strong defenses, but preseason, it's typically an unders affair, which you saw on Thursday. The Hall of Fame game has everybody hyped up about the overs, but the preseason's typically an under affair. So we're leaning the under 35.5, but they could easily go over that one. That would not be anything that I would actually lock in. But if you're thinking about it, if you wanted to dive in and do a little bit more research and see if you like the over-under, my lean is the under in that game. Now, let's get into our NFL play, and then we'll kick it on over and break down our MLB player props, and we'll get on out of here. And here's our 3X play in the NFL. There's really no pretty visual I can give you guys because for all the apps that we use to break down player props, they just don't have NFL preseason. So this is what we're rocking with here in this spot on Friday. We have kicker props, and I know this is super, super boring. We will have some player props in premium like we did on Thursday of positional players, but I absolutely love taking the kicker in the preseason. I just told you why a little bit earlier in the video if you were paying attention. These guys play the whole entire game. They're the only player on that field that will be out there from the start to the finish. And we're going to go ahead and think that Miami, we like them to win the game. We think they're not going to score a touchdown every single drive, but they're going to get pretty close, and Riley Patterson's going to kick the ball in, getting over 1.5 field goals made there. And then Will Lutz over in Denver, same exact thinking going on with that one. It was like a 90% hit rate with all of the kickers on Thursday. This is the best and safest prop to play in the NFL preseason. Even if you take a couple here and there and you pair them up on your own, you're going to hit at like an 80% hit rate. It's insane. The fact that they didn't bump these up to 2.5 by now is honestly crazy to me. If you look at the scoreboard in yesterday's preseason games on Thursday, and by the way, the Titans just won. We won our free play that I gave out in that NFL video, and we swept the board on Thursday in the NFL preseason. We had the Bengals to win. We had the Steelers to win. We had the Colts to win. That one did push because it was 13-13. We had the Chargers 27-7. We had the Chargers all day long. We had the Cardinals plus a touchdown. They didn't need that at all, 27-14. We did like them to win the game. Should have just taken money line. And then we had the Titans for the money line on our lotto play. I'll show you guys that in a little while, but we also had them -2.5, and then it went all the way to -4.5. If you got in that video early, depending on what you took, you definitely cashed that play, but we gave out -2.5. They won 19-13 there. Robert Saleh wins his, I guess you could call it, revenge game against the Niners, but a full sweep on the NFL preseason. I'm telling you, you can make money in the NFL preseason. I do it every single year, and you found the channel and the spot to do so. So like I said, the kicker props, safest play in the NFL. You got to go ahead and just get over the fact that it's boring. If you want to lock in some crazy parlay on your own and make it a 10x play with some positional players, go on ahead and do so. We even did that in premium tonight. We had a little bit of fun. We had a 2x play, a 4x play, and a 6x play. The 2x play didn't hit because we took kickers, but stupidly of me, I admit it, we took the Bengals kicker. We liked him for 2-point after touchdowns made. I thought the Bengals were going to rack it up. I knew the starters were playing. I liked their backups as well. They scored 1 touchdown, and he made his field goals. So if I just simply took field goals, it would have cashed. So I won't make that mistake again. And then the 6x play, the line that sold on that one was Jamar Chase. I know that he wasn't going to play a lot. I'm not an idiot, but I did think that he would have. So I'll pull it up. Hold on. Let me talk it. So I did think his line was set at 20.5. I knew he'd probably get 1 catch, maybe 2. He got 1 catch for 16. I was kind of just hoping it was a 6x play. I was kind of just throwing it out there because Jamar Chase is Jamar Chase, and he can get a 25-yard catch any day of the week. He just simply got 16 on the first one. It was I guess that one's kind of a coin toss, kind of stupid to put out in premium, but we're having some fun. We're going a little bit lighter here in premium. We discussed that. People know what it is. And we're going to keep on cashing. We still hit a 4x play. We only dropped 3 player prop plays in the NFL. We cashed our free play. So all in all, a good night. And we just turned, I'll break down the play. I'll show you the play at the end of the video. But we just turned as soon as they cash it out. I'll let you know at the end of the video. But it was like $50 into $500. You'll see it in a little bit. But this is our 2-man in the NFL. Now let's break down some of the player props we like very fast here in the MLB. Player prop number 1, and you guys might think I'm crazy because he's only done this in 6 of his last 20 games, which is crazy because he started this season off very, very hot. The Yankees, they put up 10 runs on the 12th, and then on the 13th, they didn't do jack diddly. They played garbage. They didn't do a thing at all, and they lost that game on Thursday, and now they got Friday. And now they're going up against the Blue Jays. And now I think Ben Rice does it again. I think he has a good game in this one, going up against Shane Bieber, someone he kind of knows. He is 0 for 2 against him. Obviously, not the greatest, but that's such a small data sample. We're not really worried about that. I still think he hits this over 1.5 line here. He's betting a nice 260 still against those righties, even though he hasn't gone over this line. And on top of that, he hits the ball hard. He's going to be back in Toronto, playing once again up there, 77 degrees, a little bit of wind blowing out, but a neutral field overall. Don't like him for a home run, just like him to get some hits, maybe score some runs and get an RBI as well. He bats before some absolute studs. Now, Jones here, it's all red, but he's been playing very, very good, especially when he bats higher in the order. And if you were here a couple of weeks ago, I was complaining, bitching and moaning that Aaron Boone's got this young fella batting so high, but he's been turning it around. He's been playing very, very well. And then behind that, you got Luis Garcia, Heliot Ramos, Jazz Chisholm. On top of that, you got Trent Grisham, who could easily get on base, and Rice could knock him in. I like Ben Rice in this one over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. You'll see exactly how we lock it in. If you don't want to take a chance on him, don't take it because these other 2 are absolute locks, and I love them. We're going with not Shane Bieber, not in any way, shape, or form are we going with him. We're going with Gavin Williams. We're knocking it down 1. We're taking it for 6.5. strikeouts. Our magic number 7 here. He's done this in 12 of his last 20 games, 7.8 strikeouts in that span. He's got six games in a row where he's gone over this line. He hit just the number we needed, number 7 there against the White Sox back on the 8th. Now he's going up against the Padres. They don't strike out as much as the White Sox, but they strike out a lot more than the Diamondbacks, where he got 10 strikeouts. He's been on a roll. He's been pitching great. I love him in this spot. If you want to take 7.5 straight up, go on ahead and do so. I'm knocking it down in 6.5 for the parlay piece that I'm going to show you at the end of the video. He has gone up against the Padres and faced 21 batters in the last 3 seasons. He's got 5 strikeouts against them. He's also got elite strikeout percentage here, 32.3. We love Gavin Williams in this spot. Maybe one of my favorite player props on the day in the MLB. The other one, Gauge Jump. I told you guys the other day, this dude's a stud. We like him. We like what we see. He pitches amazing. We're taking him against the Texas Rangers in this one, who strike out the 22nd most in the MLB. It's his first meeting against them, which means it's a good thing, actually. The Rangers don't know what he's got. They can only watch it on tape. And now his line's only set at 5.5. I honestly think he could get up to 8 in this one. Love him for 7. We'll leave it right at 5.5. We're not greedy. We're going to take him for 5.5 strikeouts in this one. He's got a nice 26.7% strikeout rate. He's coming off of a outing where he struck out the Red Sox 11 times. We like him to do it again and get over 5.5 here. We got Gauge Jump for 5.5 strikeouts. And now we already talked about the 2-man in the NFL. This is our 3-man in the MLB. 3.25 Xing our money. I like it so much, I'm putting a full unit on this. $1,000 to $3,200. Now, you don't have to go so crazy. I almost wish I locked these things. I might even start doing that, locking them in twice, doing something like $10 on the play just to show you the slip so you don't overexpose yourself just because I'm going so hard. But I do like this play. I'm putting a whole unit on it. We got Gavin Williams for 7. Ben Rice to just get 1. He doesn't even need to get a hit. He could get a walk, which he does a lot. Get hit in, score a run. He could hit a sack fly. Tons of ways to score that one. And then Gauge Jump for 5.5. 3.25 Xing our money Friday in the MLB. And you can take advantage of all that. We got Prizepicks, bet 5, get 50. We got Sleeper for your free $20, both with code FFAPE. And if you use FFAPE on ONYX, you spend 10 and get $200. You can lock in player props, sportsbook plays like money lines, spreads, all that, all in one on ONYX. Great payouts as well. And then we got Kalshi, code FFAPE. You can trade 25 and get up to $500. And I'm talking about this one because I do live in New York. I can use Kalshi, and it's better than DraftKings, especially for the preseason. FanDuel allows you to do it, but I hate using the FanDuel app. You'll see I did lock this one on FanDuel first, and I'm going to lock it in on Kalshi after this. But this is the play. This is the Lotto. We got the Cincinnati Reds with Chase Burns on the mound. Now, we've seen it time and time again where the pitcher on the mound is the team's ace. You think the team's going to win, and then they don't. And this is ace versus ace because Alcantara is the ace for the Marlins. But I simply think this game's going to be close. I do think the Reds win, but we're going to give them plus 1.5 there. And then we already broke down the NFL plays. We got the Miami Dolphins, the New York Jets, and the Atlanta Falcons plus 7.5. I think that the Broncos probably win that game, but the Falcons got a chance. And I definitely don't see how it's possible for the Falcons to lose by a touchdown. The spread in that one is 3.5. So we're bumping it up to a full touchdown. And like I said, you can't do that on DraftKings. And I recommend ONYX Odds or Kalshi to lock those in. Legal in a ton of states. Code FFAPE, you get the promos, and you can adjust the spread, which is huge. And then Cleveland Guardians plus 1.5 in the first 5 innings. We're giving them a 1.5 here in the first 5. So just in case Gavin Williams is mowing them down, but some lucky son of a gun on the Padres decides to hit a home run or hit somebody in, and it's 1-0 in the 5th, we got the Guardians plus 1.5 there. We love this play. This play will 6x your money on a Friday, and we just did that in the NFL. We booked, look, I'm just going to pull my phone up because I gave this out for absolutely free over on Winible. So you should definitely go down to the pinned comments. I hope you can see this without the glare. Let me move my camera there. $50 to $500 full sweep. Colts Colts pushed. But other than that, full sweep on that one. Hold on, I'll make it bigger for you. Look at that. $50 to $5.65. We had now it's got glare on it. Hold on. Gosh darn it. Here we go. It's all backwards too. At least it is when I look at it. It's probably not going to be when you look at it. But Colts pushed. We had the Chargers there to win that game. Tennessee won that game. It's going to get a green check in a minute. And then we had the Vegas to not win by over 7.5. They lost the game. We had Green Bay not to win over 7.5. They lost the game. We got both of those correct. And then we had the over 26.5 points in the Detroit-Cincinnati game, cashing us out $50 into $565, given away for absolutely free over on the Winible. So get on over there and join the free gang. We'll see you in the next free play video for Saturday. And honestly, boys, Saturday's slate in the preseason game is monstrous. I can't wait to break them down. We have so much going on, and I might go extra hard on one of these games. And I'm not talking about $1,000. I'm talking like I might put $5,000 on a preseason game, and I'm thinking about giving it away for free. So come on back for the next video. We'll see you in the next free play video for Saturday, August 15th.